We all complain sometimes about traffic, about work, even about weather. But here's something you might not know. Every time you complain, you're actually training your brain to become more negative. So that's why in this particular video, I'm not going to do a lot of joking around. I may smile a lot, okay? Hi, my name is Bonnie. Welcome back to my channel, Healthy Done My Way. Okay, so today what we're going to tackle is something we've all done before or may still be doing. As I stated a moment ago, complaining. Sure, I know, venting once in a while feels good. I agree. But did you know that chronic complaining can actually hurt your brain and your body? This is just way more serious than you think. So let's break it down. But Rebecca, before I do that, allow me to provide a little science behind this thought. Is that okay? Yes? Okay, here we go. Your brain is constantly changing. It has this powerful ability called neuroplasticity. That means every time you repeat a thought or a habit, you strengthen these connections in your brain that support it. So basically, neurons that fire together wire together. And what does that mean? Oh, Rebecca, you are on a roll. When you have a thought, feeling, or an experience, specific networks of neurons in your brain becomes active. And the more often these neurons are activated together, the stronger their connection becomes. This is essentially, what is it? The brain's wiring. So basically, repetition of experiences, such as practicing a skill, or even recalling a memory, further strengthen these connections, which is why habit forms more easily and learning becomes smoother over time. That kind of wore me out, just saying that. So let me give an example. If you're trying to learn someone's name and you recall that name over and over again, those pathways linked to the name grow stronger until remembering it becomes almost effortless. That's good for me. So you see, the neurons involved have wired together through repeated firing together. Okay, now that we got the signs out of the way, let's talk about what the effects it has on the body. Oh man, here we go. Every time you complain, your body releases cortisol. You know, the stress hormone. And in small doses, it's fine. But if you're complaining all the time, your cortisol levels stay at this, what is it? Just like this, living in a constant fight or flight mode. And that type of high cortisol raises your blood sugar, your blood pressure, which over time increases the risk of certain serious health issues like, what is it? Heart disease, diabetes, and even stroke. And it doesn't stop there. Chronic stress from constant negativity can also weaken your immune system, making you more likely to get sick and slower to recover. Yeah. Okay, now we got the body out of the way. Let's talk about the effect it has on the brain. Complaining actually changes its wiring, a process called, what is it? Negative neuroplasticity. It strengthens the pathway for negativity, it makes it harder to think in a positive way, and it even damages the hippocampus. I think that's the part of the brain that is responsible for learning and memory. And believe me, all that negativity can sap your energy. It ruins your mood and it makes you less motivated to take care of yourself, which often means you're going to exercise. It means, yeah, less exercise, and you develop worse eating habits, and not to mention poor quality of sleep. All that it has on your brain and on your body. But here's the kicker: it's contagious. Just listening to someone complain can trigger this stress response in your body. Like, what is it? It's almost like the secondhand smoke for your emotions, if that makes sense. So you know how someone sometimes say, "You're not gonna make you make me sick." Well, there's some truth to that. But guess what? I'm not gonna allow a chronic complainer make me sick. Okay, not here. We're not gonna have that. Okay, no. But here's the good news. Because of neuroplasticity, we can actually rewire our brain the other way. Yeah, by practicing, what is it? Gratitude, mindfulness, and reframing negative thoughts and words. Oh man, this is just incredible. By doing this, by reframing the negative thoughts, can actually strengthen positive, these positive pathway, creating this new highway of positivity for your brain and your health. And that is a good thing. But we have to get started, right? So how do we get started? How do we do this? I'm glad you asked, Rebecca. You asking some good questions. First, if you feel the urge to complain, just pause and take 3 deep breaths, slow, deep breath. And what this does is it calms your brain's stress center, allowing you to calm down, allow you to think clearer. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay, good. Okay. So, secondly, reframing. Instead of saying, "This is awful," try what? What? "This is challenging, but here's what we can do," or "here's how I can respond." Look for positivity. The more you look for positivity, the more you're going to find and the more it's going to attract to you. And when something negative happens, then you have this just set up in your brain that you can reply or respond in a more positive way. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Thirdly, practice gratitude. Each day, write down 3 things you're thankful for. Because here's the thing: research shows this simple little act of gratitude boosts your happiness. What is it? What is it? By, I think, 25% or more. And so it doesn't take, it just start. That's all, just start. Just remember, chronic complaining can make you either happy. Chronic complaining can make you quite unhappy and quite unhealthy. And it harms your brain. Yeah. But thank God. Thank God to neuroplasticity, because you can actually rewire your brain for a more positive health. Like I stated earlier, create that pathway of positivity. And it only starts with just one less complaint a day. You can start with something you know you complain, just something simple. You know you complain all the time about. Just start there. Just simple, nothing serious. Just start there. And just over time, those compound effects that you have are picking areas in your life that you complain a lot in, but it'll become easier to look at it in a more positive way. And you will rewire your brain to think more positive. Does that make sense? Because I kid you not, like I said, I thank God how He beautifully and wonderfully made us to the point whereby we can create and redo ourselves in a sense, in a way, by thinking on things that are good, that are kind, that are loving, that are pleasing. And this other one, scripture says, what is it? Oh yeah, there's life and death in the tongue. And if you're constantly complaining, guess what? You're speaking illness over you. You are rewiring your brain for illnesses. You are rewiring outcomes for negativity. You are attracting that because that's what you are putting out there. We reap what we sow. Okay. Okay, that's a whole nother video. But no, it's all jokes aside, really, I just be careful of what comes out of your mouth. And be careful, please be careful how you think. Bring those thoughts under captivity, okay? So that you can create a life that is so pleasing and loving and caring and supportive of who you were meant to be and who you were meant and what you were meant to do. Let's not sabotage ourselves, okay? All right. I'm being a mama bear right now, so I'm not going to ask for forgiveness. Alrighty then. Thank you for listening. And if this been helpful, well, share it with someone who you think might need it to hear this. And I really appreciate you guys. You know that. And this is all about doing healthy our way. You know how we say that, right? Okay. Thank you. Until the next time. Bye.